Afternoon, everybody. This is Scott Shikawa, and we just completed day 25 of the contested case hearings going on. I'm here with our TMT attorney, Douglas Singh. And Doug, let's talk about a couple things that came up today in this hearing. The issue of the public trust doctrine. Maybe you
Yes.
can explain it first, and why is this such an important issue, particularly for the attorneys in this contested case hearing? So.
Well, there is a public trust doctrine in Hawaii law, and it has been recognized with regard to water, whether it's ocean or fresh water. Okay, and it's a doctrine that places an additional hurdle on top of permits because you must meet the requirements of the public trust doctrine. And so it's an issue in this case because of language in the Supreme Court's decision, which overturned the initial CDUP permit.
No, as part of the public trust doctrine to protect natural resources, we had a witness for TMT testify in December. His name is David Callies.
Yes.
The law professor from UH. And
Yes.
explain what was his reasoning on how this should be interpreted. Yeah.
Okay. His reasoning was this. Well, the public trust doctrine should not apply to a conservation district use permit for an observatory on the top of a mountain because it does not involve water. It's not alongside a stream, it's not in the ocean, or it's not on a lake. Okay? And traditionally, if you look across the United States and how the public trust doctrine has been applied in various states, it's always connected to water. Here, it is not.
Now, you had the witness for the TMT opponents taking the stand today. His name is David Frankel. He's an attorney as well. And
Yes.
he said that Mr. Callie's testimony was flawed. He's saying that, from what I understand, that the public trust doctrine should include other resources such as air, land, energy. And you cross-examined him after that. What was your point in your argument?
Okay, so he criticized David Callies and said that the public trust doctrine applied to natural resources in addition to water, which included land. We cross-examined him because he had two recent cases, both of them involved the telescope at Haleakala, and as long, and there were actually 4 appeals, but the last 2 were the most important, and today's witness, David Frankel, was the attorney on both of those appeals, and they, in both cases, he was not successful on appeal.
I want to bring up another topic that's totally different from what we discussed. It had to do with the name Pu'eo. This is the Native Hawaiian group that is part of the contested case hearing. They are a pro-TMT. They believe in STEM education for Native Hawaiians. Yesterday, at the end of the hearing, one of the opponents came up and
Yes.
said she was not going to address the group Pu'eo by its name, and she was going to call them Pueo, the letters rather than the acronym. Yeah.
Yes.
And then, from what I understand, the president of Pueblo testified or made some comments this morning. Yeah.
Yes. So Keahi Warfield, who's the president of Pu'eo, went up to the court and addressed the court this morning right off the bat, indicating that the name Pu'eo was very important to the organization and that the people there just did not understand that. And he would have appreciated it if they had consulted with him on it so he could explain why it was important, and that, he would much prefer that they address him as Pu'eo, but whether they did or not, that was going to be their decision. But the name Pu'eo was important to him, and not, what they were calling them, Pueo. They would refer to them as Pueo as opposed to Pu'eo, or perpetuating unique educational opportunities, which is what Pu'eo stands for. Native Hawaiian owl was important to them as homesteaders at Keaukaha, and it had deep meaning for them, and therefore that was why the name was selected. And some of them backed off and agreed to call them Pu'eo, and that's very different from calling them Pueo. That's almost insulting. So I'm glad they did that, and it was a a minor distraction, but it's out of mutual respect. I mean,
Okay, well that wraps up today, and you can catch us. We do our social media. We do Facebook updates. We also have a blog. It's on our website at maunakea and tmt.org. Tomorrow's the last hearing for this week, and we'll see you then.